Hi, it's Ileana. I am going to be discussing DNA and genetics today. I've always been fascinated about different genetics, extraterrestrial genetics, human genetics, how those two work together, and how they work separately. Recently, I was asked a question about ET DNA overlays and infusions. What I understand about these infusions is that when I communicate with ETs during energy healing, on behalf of somebody to ask for a DNA infusion to improve something in health or psychic development abilities, the DNA infusion, it coexists side by side with the human DNA. It doesn't override the human DNA. It doesn't overlap on it. When I mention DNA overlays, what I mean is when there is an ET-DNA infusion, I'm not overlapping it over the whole human genome, all the DNA and RNA of the human sequence. I'm putting it side by side to coexist with the DNA. Side by side, not together. Side by side, it's still an overlay because it goes into your body. Yes, but it's not overlapping your human DNA. The ET DNA is not overlapping human DNA. So it coexists side by side, and it could be different percentages of ET DNA that you're infused with. It could be 5%, 2%, 10%, 20%, 25%. It could be 30, 40, 50. It really depends on why you're getting the DNA infusion in the first place, either to heal something physically, emotionally, or to enhance your abilities. Sometimes people might want the ET-DNA to overlap their human DNA to start making them ET hybrids. I think that's possible to do. I don't do that on a regular basis, but I know it's possible to do that. My own ET-DNA has become more predominant since I've started embracing my LET human hybrid heritage. It's become more predominant, closer to my human DNA in what I am. I'm still evolving, but I consider myself more ET than humanoid from Earth-based human stock. So for myself, it's actually more ET DNA in me than ever before. It's awakened and it's built up over the last 10 years, I would say. So, and also other health infusions from ETs. That's not a DNA infusion. That's just like ion infusion to help remove virus. Oxygenation infusion to boost oxygen levels in the body. Cleanse detox infusion to again remove bacteria or viruses from your body. So that's what I mean by health infusions. If your body needs something particular, then it gets a particular health infusion. If it needs an ET-DNA infusion, it'll get a DNA infusion from several different types of ETs. There's Arcturians, there's Calypsira, there's Pleiadians, there's Ls. There's so many different types of ETs out there who allow to do DNA infusions. And the percentage is very different depending on what the person may need. And the DNA infusions and the health infusions are very much optional. It's not a requirement during an energy healing. And it's only done if you give your permission and ask either for a DNA infusion or a health infusion during the healing session. If you ask for it, then it's provided, or if the healer thinks that it could be beneficial to you, they'll mention it during the healing session, energy healing session, and you can think about it, say yes or no, but it's quite optional. But when we're discussing ET-DNA infusions and health infusions, they're all optional as part of the healing stuff, services that healers do. Some healers do it, some healers just do energy healing. Again, it depends on the type of healer you're also working with. I have done a few DNA infusions and a few health infusions along the way, so I know what it looks like and how it feels. It's a very subtle process, and you just feel an infusion of energy when a health infusion is happening. So you just might feel more light in your body. You might feel more energy coming in. So that's what a health infusion feels like. If it's oxygenation, you literally could feel more oxygen in your body or whatever parts of the body that it's going to. If it's an ionization infusion, you'll feel more vibration. You'll feel much more healthier and emotionally balanced and physically balanced. So that's what it could feel like. To every person, it will feel different, and a DNA infusion will also feel different. Some might feel more energy, a huge boost of energy. Psychic abilities will open more. They'll have more insights about themselves and their life. Because there's intuitive DNA infusions to boost your intuition. There's all kinds of different ones, just an example. So, or the traits of the ET's abilities, or who they are, what they do. That's also part of DNA infusion. But these DNA infusions, if you for some reason decide to have a child, you're not automatically going to have an ET human hybrid child, because that DNA, the ET infusion DNA, exists side by side with your human DNA. It's not automatically going to transfer to your child, your human fetus, and make it an ET human hybrid. It's not going to do that. And sometimes the DNA infusions are put there for a short time, and sometimes for a long time permanently. It really depends on what you're asking for in terms of DNA infusions as well. So if you're asking to have an ET human hybrid child, to infuse your embryo with that DNA, I'm not going to say yes to that, because a child, a baby, it also has human free will. And I will not do a DNA infusion for a being that's not yet born and can't say yes or no. So I don't do DNA infusions for children that are already in existence and born and growing up, or that have yet to be born. I will not infuse extraterrestrials' DNA into a being that's yet to be born or will be born. I don't do that. I only do DNA infusions on adults. If you're of a consenting age and you're 18 and above, then you can ask for a DNA infusion or a health infusion. But I don't do it on children, and I don't do it on adolescents. So just so folks understand, there's free will and choice involved here as well. So to somebody who's fully grown up and they understand what they're asking for, they can ask for a DNA infusion or a health infusion during their healing session, energy healing. But again, for children, adolescents, or somebody yet to be born, a baby, I'm not going to do those DNA infusions or health infusions, because energy healing is enough for children or adolescents. And energy healing is, again, healing with energy that comes from 0 point, that comes from the ether. It's positive healing energy. It's just like Reiki. It's just like any other healing energy. It's of a positive nature. It is unlimited, and it can heal a lot of different things just with pure energy healing. It can heal organs. It can heal anything within the physical body, emotionally, on the soul level. Again, I make no guarantees that I can cure everything and anything. I can improve health symptoms. I can help with that, and I can help to relieve the pain of whatever physically is causing the issue, or emotionally. I can relieve the pain and improve the symptoms. And oftentimes during healing, the physical issues themselves can be shrunk. They can be slowed down. Sometimes totally removed. It really depends on the situation. But again, I never make any guarantees for what I cannot promise, because every person is unique, special, and individual to what is happening to them in life and what their medical stuff is. So I do a medical intuitive energy body scan to see what's going on inside you. I also ask you questions about what you might already know that's happening with you physically or emotionally, for what you might need healing. I will ask you those questions in addition to my own medical intuitive energy body scan, because I want to be thorough when doing any type of energy healing, so that nothing is missed during the session or sessions for whatever is needed to help people. That's why I ask a lot of questions, to make sure that I know what needs to be healed, and that you know what an energy healing is, what a DNA infusion is, what a health infusion is. Because there's a lot of things in healing and energy healing. And I always work with frequencies. I always work with my hands to move energy and frequencies to promote energy healing. I tap into 0 point and the ether to get positive energy for healing. So that's the way I do energy healing. Sometimes it involves different ETs, like the Solipsi Ra, and their symbol healing and frequencies when they're participating in the healing. Sometimes it's just me doing the energy healing. It's whatever you prefer and whatever you feel comfortable with for your energy healing. So I just wanted to discuss that a little bit more. Thank you so much, and namaste.